If drifting off feels like wrestling your own thoughts, stick around because the right weighted blanket can flip that switch from wired to out cold in minutes. Here's what matters. This is a straight countdown of 7 weighted blankets, from solid budget picks to the one that nails comfort, breathability, and build, so you'll know exactly which weight, fabric, and size will fit your bed and your body without guesswork. 7. ZonLi weighted blanket. ZonLi is kind of the classic budget pick that still checks the core boxes. Cotton cover, non-toxic glass beads, and plenty of loops to attach a duvet cover if you want to change the feel. The cotton shell helps breathability compared to poly-heavy options, which you notice on those nights when you don't want to feel stuffy under the weight. The grid stitching keeps those glass beads from pooling, so the pressure stays even instead of sliding to your feet mid-night. Now, here's the thing. ZonLi usually tops out around 20 pounds in many listings, so if you're a heavier sleeper wanting a 25 to 30-pound feel, this can come up short. Also, the duvet cover is typically sold separately, so if you like swapping textures seasonally, factor that into the total cost rather than assuming it's bundled. What it feels like in use? The hug is gentle, not aggressive, and the cotton exterior makes it easier to tolerate if you run warm, but don't expect ice cold, cool to the touch. It's breathable, not a cooling tech fabric. You know those nights when your brain just won't downshift? The even pressure here really does help cue the body to settle without turning you into a furnace, provided you pick the right weight near 10% of your body weight. Bottom line, solid value, straightforward build, best if you want reliable weight with cotton feel and aren't chasing ultra-heavy options or included covers. 6. Cottonblue weighted blanket. This one leans cozy. Dual-sided flannel and sherpa with that plush clouded feel, great when you want warmth and softness to be the star. The flannel-sherpa combo gives you that lounge-on-the-couch vibe, even in bed, with a modern neutral look that slopes into most setups. The fill uses small, non-toxic glass beads to add a weight without chunky bulk, and when you're under it, the weight feels cushioned by the pile, which some people love for calming texture. Sized 60 by 80 at 15 pounds, it's meant to cover the body area without draping way over the sides, which helps keep it from sliding off during the night. Now, while warmth is a double-edged sword, if you run hot or deal with night sweats, the plush face fabrics can feel toasty, especially in warmer months. It's phenomenal for winter comfort, but not the pick for warm sleepers seeking airflow. Think fuzzy hug, not cooling glide. The flip side of that cushion feel is less crisp drape and a bit more loft between you and the beads, which can slightly soften the pressure sensation compared to a sleeker cotton or tencel surface. If you're shopping it, the key is intent. Do you want plush calm and warmth or precise pressure with breathability? For plush lovers and cold sleepers, it's a yes. For hot sleepers, keep scrolling. 5. Topcee weighted blanket for adults. Topcee positions itself as an all-season microfiber option with premium glass beads and very even distribution, and frankly, the pressure mapping feels consistent edge to edge. The microfiber shell is soft with a smooth hand, and the bead fill is fine enough to avoid that pebble feel when shifting positions. What stands out is the versatility pitch. Cool enough in summer, warm enough in winter, which in practice reads as balanced rather than distinctly cooling or insulating. If you're coming from a heavy flannel or sherpa, this will feel lighter on the skin while still delivering that swaddled calm once you settle. It's also easy to care for relative to many heavy blankets. Machine wash guidance exists across their lineup, though, as always, check your washer's weight capacity before tossing any weighted blanket in. Here's what matters. The balance of softness and pressure means you get the steady hug without the blanket dictating your temperature, which keeps it usable across more nights of the year. For restless sleepers, the evenly stitched pockets really do prevent a bead avalanche to one corner, which helps the body stop micro-adjusting. It's not a luxury cooling fabric like Tencel, but it also isn't a heat trap like high-pile fleece, so it lands squarely in the sweet spot for most people, most nights. If you're choosing weights, aim within that 7 to 12% of body weight zone. 15 pounds for roughly 150 to 180 pounds is a good anchor. Bump up if you prefer firmer pressure. Number 4, the Agrati weighted blanket. This is the personal cocoon size, 48 by 72, concentrates pressure on one sleeper, which makes the 15 to 20 pound range feel more assertive without needing a heavier total weight. The build uses breathable microfiber and 0.8 to 1 millimeter hypoallergenic glass beads, so the weight distribution stays tight and quiet as you move. You can feel that fine bead density when you settle, the blanket molds quickly, and the pressure stays planted across shoulders and hips. It's marketed as cooling breathable, and while microfiber isn't cold to the touch, the thinner face fabric and precise bead pockets do reduce trapped air, which helps. If you're buying for a single sleeper who wants focus pressure rather than a big bed-sized drape, this dimension absolutely makes sense. Use case-wise, it's great for sofa sessions or a half-bed setup where you don't want overhang yanking the blanket off the edge. Because the surface is smooth rather than plush, the pressure reads more directly, ideal if you want that gentle compression calm without fluff in between. Durability-wise, dense stitching and smaller bead pockets are the right moves to prevent leaks and clumping over time. If you're heat sensitive, pair it with a breathable sheet underneath, and you'll be comfortable across more seasons than a fuzzy build. Net-net, targeted size, fine beads, quiet movement, and an efficient path to that weighted calm without the bulk. 3. Bear Home weighted blanket. Bear Home's cotton shell plus glass beads formula is a proven combo for breathability and stable pressure while keeping a crisp hand feel. The 40 by 60 size works especially well if you're shopping for a focus coverage area or a smaller frame, and Bear Home publishes helpful weight-to-body guidance to dial it in. The construction uses quilted pockets and increased fiber fill to keep the beads from shifting or leaking, which reduces those cold spots where beads pool. The outer shell is cotton, which is the right call if you're heat aware. It doesn't run cooling, but it breathes better than plush synthetics. Care is realistic. Machine washable per many listings, but recommended gentle cycles and weight awareness. Air dry or hang to keep the baffles happy long term. In hand, the cotton gives you that clean, hotel-like feel under the chin, and the pressure is even rather than lumpy. If you're picking for teens or smaller adults, the 7, 10, 12-pound entries in the 40 by 60 lane hit that comfort window without overdoing it. For adults wanting more coverage, Bear Home offers larger sizes up the chain, with advice to avoid overhangs so the blanket doesn't slide off the bed. One safety note they share: don't layer this on top of an electric blanket, which is a smart guideline for any weighted blanket. Bottom line, breathable cotton, tidy stitching, and clear sizing guidance make this an easy, get it right the first time pick. 2. OMYSTYLE weighted blanket. This one brings a clever two-face build. Warm short plush on one side, cooling Tencel on the other, so you basically get 2 seasons in one blanket. The Tencel face has that smooth, almost silky glide that feels noticeably cooler to the touch compared to cotton or microfiber, which hot sleepers appreciate. The internal design uses small pockets with high-density stitching to reduce bead noise and stop migration, so when you flip sides, the feel remains uniformly distributed. For couples, the 88 by 104 true king sizing matters. It actually covers a king top rather than sitting short like some 80 by 87 king claims. The 7-layer approach with breathable interlayers helps temper heat buildup while maintaining that steady, hugged pressure from shoulders to calves. Here's the real-world win. You can sleep plush side in winter, flip to tencel when temps climb, and keep one blanket in rotation all year. The hand feel difference between sides is distinct. You can literally tell on first touch which face is on top, and that makes it easy to tailor comfort without swapping covers. If you share a bed, that larger footprint avoids tug of war while keeping weight consistent across both sleepers. The brand's guidance on selecting blanket weight at roughly 7 to 12% of body weight still applies. At 25 pounds on a king, the pressure reads as moderate when shared, firmer when used solo. Net result? Adaptable, genuinely cool to the touch option with premium stitching that stays quiet and even through position changes. 1. Alamid's weighted blanket. At the top spot, Alamid's hits a sweet trifecta for most people. The right queen-size footprint, a versatile 15-pound weight, and a reversible build that balances softness with durability. The fabric presentation is skin-friendly with a breathable, fade-resistant finish, so it holds up to daily use without feeling plasticky or suffocating. One side is described as super soft, with a reverse smoother, letting you tune the sensation. Cozier on one face, cleaner glide on the other, without messing with a separate cover. In bed, that 60 by 80 sizing covers the top of the queen without too much overhang, which keeps pressure centered on you instead of sliding off the edges. Because the weight is 15 pounds, it clicks for a wide range of sleepers around that 10% guideline, making it a low-risk, high-compatibility choice. What stands out is how quickly it settles onto the body. No bunchy corners, no bead rush, just that steady exhale feeling when your nervous system finally taps the brakes. The reversible feel gives you seasonal flexibility similar to more expensive builds, and it's easy to keep this as your daily driver rather than rotating multiple blankets. If you're sensitive to texture, the smooth face helps avoid friction on pajamas or sheets, which in turn reduces those micro-arousals when you roll over. It's also a straightforward upgrade from a throw-weight blanket into a true bed-size unit without jumping to king dimensions or couple weight that can dilute perceived pressure. Bottom line, balanced weight, adaptable hand feel, and durable fabric choices make it the easiest yes for a queen setup.